property prices predictions until 2024 for each area of the UK, and buy, sell or hold your investment property. Stay tuned! If I can change my life, so can you. Subscribe to my channel and I show you how. My name is Fabrizio Cravero. Happy New Year to you and happy birthday to this channel. This baby is exactly 1 year old today. This channel is all about property investment for the UK and overseas investors. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and help the algorithm to show this video to more people. That's very important because I'm going to share with you all the property prices predictions until 2024. And to celebrate the channel birthday, I prepared two very special gifts for you to help you on your investment journey. And I mean a really special gift. So stay until the end of the video and I will tell you how you can get it. As investors, we make money with property through the cash flow. But of course, the biggest reward over the long term comes from the capital growth. So let's see where it can be better to invest for the next 3 years. Starting from the worst expected performance, according to Hamptons, we find the Greater London, where the prices are expected to rise by a total of 7% by 2024. As I mentioned in this previous video, between 2024 to 2026, we should be reaching the end of the property cycle, and that may mark a turning point for London. You can see that the prices are expected to rise by 3% in 2024, and there may be a brand new beginning for London that has been suffering for a few years already now. Expect the London price in 2022? Cold, very cold. But double-digit expected growth for the east of England and the southwest, and 12.5% for the southeast. It seems that the south of the UK will be the biggest beneficiary of the migration out of London post-pandemic. The flexible working that allow people to live further away from the office will push the prices up, and of course, all the areas surrounding London will be the first to benefit from the migration. But still, the rise won't be massive. So, the prices in the south of the UK in 2022, let's say fresh. Moving to the Midlands, Hamptons predicts a rise of 4% in 2022 and a total forecast rise of 13-14% by 2024. Despite the growth, there still be a gap between the prices in the Midlands and the national average, and that's why Hamptons expect the gap to gradually be filled over time. Our thermometer, compared with the rest of the UK, shows a medium temperature for the 2022 house prices in the Midlands. And now it's time to look at Wales, where after the great performance of 2021, the house prices in Wales are expected to rise another 5% in 2022. Amazing numbers, to the point that in July 2021, more than 40% of the homes that sold in Wales have received 3 or more offers. There was a gap between the house prices in Wales and the average price in the UK, but now the gap is getting narrower. So I'll say that our thermometer is quite hot for Wales in 2022. And moving north, Hamptons expect a rise of 5% in 2022 for Yorkshire and the Northwest. The key here is the affordability. Prices have just now recovered from the financial crash of 2008, and the gap with the rest of the UK still exists. That's what usually happens while approaching the end of the cycle. The North is actually catching up with the South. And by 2024-2026, when the market cycle is getting closer to an end, a correction is expected, even though most probably it won't be a real crash. Why do I say that? Look at this graphic here. Between 1976 and 91, house prices grew by 466%. Between 92 and 2007, 265%. But between 2008 and 2024, provided that the predictions are correct, the house prices will rise by 6.1%. The correction is inevitable, but it can't be as drastic as it used to be. Anyway, only time will tell. So, for the house prices in the Yorkshire and in the Northwest, medium temperature as well in 2022. And now, let's see what will happen in Scotland. Hamptons predicts a rise of 5% in 2022, followed by a 4.5% and 3.5% in 2023 and 24. By 2024, the average price in Scotland should narrow down to 30% below the national average. Once again, the north and the south prices are getting closer over time. And look at the rental prices. Also on this aspect, the north is catching up with the south, especially with London, where the rise has been really minimum. Higher rents means higher yields for the investors, and that keeps the prices up. But when the rent starts to stabilize, then also the house price will slow down. So, the house prices thermometer in Scotland is quite hot as well. But where is the hottest region? The strongest expected growth by Hamptons is the northeast, where the prices are expected to rise by 6% in 2022 and then slow down a bit to 5% and 4% by 2023 and 2024. Those are impressive numbers, but for the investors that timed the market wrongly by buying in 2008 just before the crash, only this year they see the value getting back to the same level as before. And this tells you how important it is to buy at the correct time of the market. I'm not saying to wait for the crash to happen, but to study and to stay informed really helps to make informed decisions that then translate in a much higher financial gain. So, buy, sell or hold your investment property in 2022. If you have some properties that perform less good than others, it can be actually a good idea to start selling it to cash in. Then probably hold on to the others and keep on buying only good deals. Check the numbers and the area, and if the deals stack up, it is always the correct time to buy, in my opinion. And now is gift time. Let's celebrate the channel birthday today with two gifts. First is the free sneak peek of the Property Investment Secrets, my new platform and course on how to safely invest in the UK from overseas. And second, I'm going to offer you a 15 minutes free strategy call with me. We can have a chat, you can ask me anything you like, of course related to property investment. Just type in the comment below, happy birthday, and my staff will get back to you. So let me know what's your investment plan in the comment below. Let's create a community of educated investors that grow together. Like this video if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, and as always, invest with knowledge, create financial freedom, and I'll see you in the next video.